Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. It's 6:22 right now, so we have about 8 minutes till market open to make sure we get everything all set up. Once everything is all set up, we can get started. Let's get this on real quick. Oops. This real quick over here. Let me post the wrong thing here. Got this all set up here. I'll need the mic plugged in. All right, guys, I think audio should be better now. So audio might have been off shortly. Let's finish setting this stuff up right here. And then we should be good to go. All right, cool. I'm gonna let that load up real quick. I'm gonna send out the Zoom link to you guys over here in the premium. So let's see over here. Cool. Let's set it over here. All right, cool. People are making their way in. Let me let this load up real quick. This is all good to go. We can get started. We got about 6 minutes till market open. We still have some time. There's not really any crazy rush right now. Let's see. Looking all right now. Go ahead and get this YouTube link to everyone else. I think we're solid. Cool. So I marked up a couple trades here for the Forex market, but I'm not going to take any of them right now because we just had news not too long ago. And then we also have the 10-year bond coming out shortly. So I'm going to hold off on taking any Forex trades right now until that's passed. And then we'll start looking for some, hopefully later, if not later, by Asia session. So let me just push this over. All right, looks like everything's pretty much good to go here. Oh, whoops, I forgot to send this. Now, my computer's been running kind of slow right now, so the links have been kind of off, like the YouTube links. I mean, it's all right. Let me go ahead and just get everything going over here. Close this off right here. All right, cool. All right, letting everybody into the room. All right, cool. Morning, Tune. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Peter. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Shortstein. Morning, Miles. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Flynn. Morning, Vedran. Morning, Gactive. Morning, Alkin. Morning, Scott. Morning, Amber. Morning, Fiona. Morning, Rav. Morning, Mark. Morning, Eddie. Morning, Kenton. Morning, Tom G. Morning, Mark. Morning, Delmas. Morning, EW. Morning, everybody. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, there's news this morning. So I marked up a couple Forex trades here, but I didn't take any of them. I just marked them up just to look at them. But let's go over to US 30. So for US 30, we have a bullish bias over here on the 1 hour, looking over here at the 10-minute. It's currently bearish right now, but we'll see what happens when market opens. Same with the 3-minute over here. It's also bearish. And the 1 minute here as well. It was bearish, but now it's swinging to the upside. I think we're going to have a bullish move today. Just looking at the sentiment, there's a lot of people short right now. A ton of retail traders are 71% short right now. So the market is going to be kind of iffy this morning, but we'll see what happens when the market opens. Like once we figure out the direction of price, because the bias right now isn't very strong on the technical side. The technical side is kind of all over the place, right? The 1 minute is kind of looking like it wants to swing bullish. The 3-minute is bearish, but it looks like it wants to swing bullish as well. And then lastly, the 10-minute, same situation, right? It's bearish right here, but you can see that price is attempting to swing to the upside. So we'll see what happens, in the next couple minutes or so. Market opens in about 3 minutes. So once the market does fully open, we can determine, exactly what we'll be looking for. But looking at this here, I mean, there's really no overall confirmation on the technical side. What I'm going to be looking for is the fundamentals. I'm going to see where the fundamentals are pointing. If they're bullish, then I'm going to take some buys. I'm not going to take them right away, but I'm going to wait for a confirmation before we hop into anything because, the sentiment right here is still short. So what I'm aiming for is the opposite of what everyone else is doing, right? If everyone's selling, I want to buy, but I'm not just going to enter a buy. I'm going to wait for a confirmation because you might get a whipsaw. You might see price go, like it'll do something like this. It'll probably open, spike down really quick like it did yesterday. And then all of a sudden it just spikes all the way back up, right? Because they're trying to trap sellers in here. Obviously it looks like a sell, right? The reason for it looking like a sell is because it's at an all-time high. If you look at the 1 hour over here, I've already marked this up from yesterday. This is the all-time high. I think it's going to break the all-time high. Eventually, it might not break it today, might not break it tomorrow, but eventually it's going to break the all-time high within this week, it seems like, hopefully. So we're not going to fall for that trap. A lot of retail traders, they're selling because they think, oh, it's going to have to drop. This is the same trap that I was just talking about before, right? If you guys followed me yesterday, I mentioned that they're trying to trap retail traders here to think that it's going to drop. So if you think about it, areas of liquidity are going to be somewhere like right here. So the reason for this being the areas of liquidity is because people like placing their stop losses at the previous swing. So like looking at this right here, there's an area of liquidity right here. There is another area of liquidity right here. And then again right here. So these areas right here will be area of liquidity. This will be the all-time high. I'll just mark this up as all-time. All right, market opens in about a minute, so let's wait for that. Let me go back to the 1 minute over here. Here's a 1 minute. Market is opening in about 40 seconds. So when the market opens, we'll figure out exactly what we'll be looking for. So let's see where we go from here. Hey, morning, Shannon. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Patrick. Morning, everybody. Morning, Goldie. Morning, Steven. Morning, Rav. Yeah, Rav said it hardly moved throughout London session. Yeah, because there's a lot of manipulation probably gonna happen this morning. Morning, Kyle. There's also news this morning too, so just keep that in mind. We also have the 10-year bond coming up at 9 o'clock. So just keep that in mind, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on in the market, so it's not really going to be a smooth ride. So anyways, market's opening in about 2 seconds. Morning, Fatima. All right, so let's see what happens here. There's that bullish move right there. We got about 50 seconds, so I'm not going to hop in right away, but I'm going to look out. All right, so it's down 30 points right now. I'm going to wait and see what happens from here. We have a heavy sell here off Boeing. Boeing's down 6 points. I wonder what happened to like another plane crash or something, because I know last week or 2 weeks ago, a plane crash, we didn't even know about it. But some of our traders out there in Australia knew about it, and they notified us, and it followed. That plane crash happened, but they didn't report about it yet. There's that big bullish candle right there. I don't know if I want to take this trade. If it closes with no wick, then I'll take it. If it closes with a wick, then I'm probably not going to take it. But we'll see what happens from here. See this big wick right here? That's why I'm not going to take that trade. Don't fall for that trap right there, guys. Yeah, definitely not taking that trade. Huge, huge wick right there. All right, so let's see what happens here. If we get a strong bullish candle, then I'll take it. If we get a sell signal below, I'll probably wait for a second confirmation, but we need a very strong bullish candle here. You can see there's a lot of market manipulation going on right here. The index is red right here, but it's a strong bullish candle, but it's too volatile, right? The wick is like too strong. So if you look at this candle right here, this moved about 500 pips in like a few seconds. So this is too risky. Don't chase this buy right here, guys. If you guys, this is the reason why I'm telling you guys not to chase it is because even though you can make some profit here, this can easily come right back down. If it comes right back down, you're going to need some heavy drawdown if you end up entering from the top over here. So I don't recommend entering this from this point right here. We got about 7 seconds left on this. Let me check the fundamentals over here. Fundamentals are still down the middle. It's 18 points, not that much. So until I get a strong bullish candle, I'll take the buy. But I mean, for the most part, we're still getting wicks right here. These wicks are indicating some resistance from the top side. So I'm not going to hop in just yet. Let's see what we're looking for here. All right. 2 minutes in, still looking to see what's going on. There's no bias here on the fundamental side. Fundamentals are only down 24 points. In order for us to have that bias, we need to be either 100 points below or 100 points above. Looking over here at the stock index, looks like Boeing is holding it down. Boeing is really weighing it down right now. It's down 6 points. JP Morgan is down 2 points. United Health is up 2. Goldman Sachs is up 2. So it's kind of split down the middle. Looking at the futures data over here as well, it's down 49 points. So see that right there? This is why I'm telling you guys not to enter yet, because it's coming right back down. You can see that the market is very indecisive with how it's moving. Looking at the 1 minute over 1 hour over here, 1 hour is still kind of bouncing around that area. The 10 minute looks super choppy. If we don't get an entry in the next 2 minutes, then we're just going to skip the breakout. We're going to look for scalps from here. Let me just turn on my alerts as well. So you can see here, price is coming down pretty heavy, but then it's coming back up. See that? Ton of market manipulation going on right here. So just hold off, guys. Don't enter any trades yet. Wait for the confirmation. Once you get the confirmation, then you can hop in. See this right here. This candle closes in about 20 seconds. Let's see how it closes. If it closes with no wick, then it might provide a decent entry. But right now, it's not decent at all. It's very indecisive. Going back to the fundamentals over here, it's down 34 points. I personally still wouldn't want to take it for a sell. So, I mean, if you're asking me, I'm not looking for any sells here. I'm looking for some buys. See how far are we from the all-time high? We're still 1,000 pips from the all-time high, so we can probably scalp within it. All right, if this candle doesn't close strong bullish with no wick on the top, we're going to hold off on the breakout. We're just going to look for some scalps instead. Because right now the market is just so choppy. It's not, it doesn't really have a direction at all. Dow retreats slightly from record high as hot inflation report overshadows strong earnings. Yeah, we just had news this morning. So right here, we had the core CPI, high impact news about an hour ago, and it affected it. So it's kind of preventing the US 30 from pushing up very high. But looking at this right here, I'm probably not going to take this. I might take it late if I do. But this does look like it's going to close. It's a strong bullish candle. Let's see what happens here. So yeah, I'm not going to take the trade, but I'll just follow it. If it pushes up halfway, then I'll probably just yeah, see, that's why I didn't want to take it, because it's going to come back down. I'm definitely not going to take this. So no breakout entries today, guys. We're just going to look for some scalps, which is completely fine. We're going to look for a retracement. Once we get the retracement, we'll swing it back up. So you see this big red candle right here? I'm glad I didn't take that trade. As you can see, price is just super indecisive right now. We're 5 minutes in and it hasn't chosen a direction. Usually by this point, US 30 has chosen a direction, but today it hasn't chosen one yet. So I would just, I would recommend that you should, oh, thanks, David. Yeah, let me fix that real quick. Sorry, guys. I was in a rush this morning because I was answering a bunch of questions. There we go. I just updated it. Thanks, Dave, for mentioning that. But yeah, so looking at US 30 right here, you can see that there is no direction that's been set. Generally, there's a direction set, off open, and that's usually the direction we trade in. But right here, price is just ranging back and forth. It's ranging back and forth with, just in between this whole range right here. It's a big range. Let me check what Jeff said over here. Oh, gosh. Okay, Jeff. Yeah. So Jeff said there's issues with the 787 right now with Boeing. That's why Boeing is down right now. So Boeing is the only one that's really weighing down US 30. If you look over here, everything else is pretty much green. The only thing that's really, not everything, but Boeing is down 7 points. Compared to everything else, this is the main stock right here that's weighing it down at this point. It's down 7 points. Goldman Sachs is down 3 points. JP Morgan's down 2 points. It looks like the banks and Boeing are down right now. Everything else is looking pretty fine. Everything's pretty much in the green. It's just Boeing right now is holding it down. So it's hard for it to break up to the top, fundamental wise. So we're going to wait for, yeah, exactly. And Ken also mentioned Trap Tuesday. There's a lot of traps that get placed on Tuesdays. You know, a lot of you guys know it as Trap Tuesday, so that's why we're being extra careful with these entries here. But yeah, I'm probably not even going to trade on the 1 minute. I'm looking for a possible retracement here on the 3 minute, and then I'm going to enter from there and swing back up. Looking here on the 10 minute, if this closes right here, we got to wait and see what happens here because it's probably not going to close bullish. If this does close bullish, then one of two things will happen. Price will either continue up higher or it'll come back to where it originally was like it did yesterday, right? It does the same pattern every single day. So that's pretty much what we'll be waiting for. So we got to wait for this to close. Once this closes, we can determine, you know, where our bias will be for the day. So let me go ahead and just mark some stuff up over here. This would actually be a snipe entry as well. We have a zone right there. Mark this up right here. And this right there, okay. All right, yeah, so if this closes right here with a bullish candle, with a bullish signal, then it's going to be a snipe entry because we have the rejection off the pivot, rejection off the structure down here. And then from there, it's perfectly fine because we'll be looking for some buys anyways. I'm looking for some buys in the first place because retail traders are majority short. So looking at market sentiment over here, it's still 71% of retail traders short. They're all trying to catch that high because they think that price is at the all-time high right now, which is fine. It's fine with us because we're not going to trade that way anyways. All right, cool. Hey, morning, Joseph. Morning, Ahmad. Morning, oh boy. Morning, everybody. So yeah, looking at this right here, you guys can see it's moving bullish like we anticipated, but it hasn't really chosen its direction. The reason why I don't want to hop in right now is because if you hop in from this high right here and then it retraces on you, you're going to be eating some drawdown right there, right? So that's completely fine. We just got to wait and wait for that confirmation. But there goes that bullish move right there. So if you guys did take that other, where was the candle at? This one right here. I mean, it looks like it probably would have played out the breakout entry that I marked up earlier, but I wasn't going to take that risk, especially not on a day like this, because it did get close to halfway to stop loss. But if you guys held on to it, you know, you would have held it a little higher, and it looks like it's pushing up even to that point. So we'll be waiting for this entry here, and I'll just mark this up. I'm not going to count this. We're going to follow it to see if it actually hit. So this is going to be the breakout full TP, which it'll probably hit because we're looking for a bullish move anyways. Like I mentioned from the beginning, I'm looking for a bullish move. I just don't want to enter right there because of the crazy market movement here. But if it does hit, it hits. You know, at least our analysis played out properly. But it's just a risky trade, so we will we'll follow through with that, and then I'll look over at this over here. So sentiment's still very strong sell. Looking at the fundamentals over here, the fundamentals are now starting to shift to the upside. You can see right here now it's only down 3 points, and now it's positive. Now it's up 9 points. So like I mentioned before, guys, you know, I mentioned that price was going to go up because retail traders are short, and that's exactly what's happening right here. Looks like it's about to hit full TP, which is perfectly fine. Whoever caught it, you know, congrats to whoever did. I didn't catch it myself, so I'm not going to count this, but it does look like how this is the breakout entry. This is the one that we looked at earlier. That's why it's 50-50. It's not the scalp entry. So that's why this one's 50-50. So looking at this right here, it looks like it's about to hit. Whoever caught it, man, I kind of wish I caught it now. It was a risky trade though from the beginning. That's why I didn't decide to catch it. It looks like some of you guys did catch it though. Looking over here, Steven, he locked in 1,375. Nice work, Steven. So yeah, some of you guys who do understand the strategy already, you guys have done it yourself, and you guys have caught on to these moves here. But I didn't catch it myself. It's way too risky of a trade. See this, how it's coming all the way back down? This is exactly what I didn't want to get caught in. This these crazy spikes. So looking at this over here, let's see. Yeah, you can see the fundamentals are just bouncing back and forth. It's going from green to red, red to green. Let's see, Boeing hasn't gotten any better. It's still down 8 points. So I think once like whatever gets figured out with Boeing and it starts to swing back up, like people start buying the dip, it'll start to swing up because that's the only thing really weighing it down. Look at Morgan Stanley. JP Morgan, they went up. They were like down 3 points. Now they're only down 1 point. What else was down here? There was another one that was down, but it's, oh, Goldman Sachs. So Goldman Sachs was down like 6 points. Now it's up in the positive area. So this is completely fine. This right here, I want a retracement down because I want to catch it as it swings back up. So I want that to retrace down. We get an opposite signal like that right there. That's perfectly fine. And then we're going to catch it as it swings back up to the upside. So we'll be waiting for that right now. And once we get that, we can hop into a possible scalp. But I mean, right now, there's just nothing for us to look at. We're kind of just waiting for this to confirm. Oh, damn. So you guys can see right here. So do you guys remember earlier when we first started the session, I mentioned that there was areas of liquidity right here, right? So you can see from this candle right here, that price pushed up and it actually pushed past the areas of liquidity. Once price reached this area, it pushed up. Past this area, pushed up again, because this is where their stop losses were placed. If you look at the sentiment over here, this sentiment was actually higher. It was like 74, 73%. And you can see now that it's 70%, right? The reason that 70% is because these retail traders are getting stopped out. So if you guys can see right here on the 1 minute, see how this big spike right here happened? What happened was there was areas of liquidity with area over here. So there's areas of liquidity. This is why we had this big spike up right here, because there was an area of liquidity right here, because a lot of retail traders like to place their stop loss at the previous swings. So when price crossed this area right here, see this big spike in price upwards, they all got stopped out pretty much. So when they got stopped out, it pushed price up. And then as soon as people got stopped out, they hop right back into the L, right? So you can see how price moves right here. Price goes up. Those sellers, they get stopped out. What do they do when they get up here? They sell right back again. So they enter right back into the position and it comes right back down. So just keep that in mind, guys. Like, you guys have to understand like where the retail traders are trading, but you can see how it's pushing back up right here. It's doing exactly as as we anticipated. It's coming right back up. Whoever's getting stopped out and re-entering the sells right here, they're just getting stopped out again. Because I'm sure that's happening, right? You entered a trade, it hit your stop loss. You thought that maybe you're just unlucky. You hopped in for a second entry, and then as soon as you hop in, it shoots right back up. It stops you at a second time. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, looking at this right here, let me see where the other areas of liquidity are. There's a lot of areas of liquidity right here. So as you guys can see, these are areas where a lot of retail traders are placing their stop losses and they're getting stopped out. So this whole area right here, all these areas right here were stop loss. That's why you see a huge spike upwards right there. I mean, it's a play that we could play, but it's not something that I really want to risk because, obviously it's a risky play. It's not something where we have a strategy where we follow to enter these trades. It's kind of just identifying where liquidity is sitting. Looking over here, still 70% short. So we'll see what happens from this point. See this big spike down. This is why I'm not really messing with it. You can see that they're trying to, well, what I'm seeing right here, guys, is I'm seeing a lot of, they're trying to trap some more sellers. So they're making it look like price is coming down. So they're going to trap some more sellers. You're probably going to see sentiment go a little bit higher. So this number is probably going to increase a bit. Once this number increases higher, it's maybe like 75%, 73, 75, 73, 74, 75, around there, then you'll probably expect it to spike all the way back up. Because the thing is, these market makers and institutions aren't going to make money off retail traders if retail traders aren't on the opposite side. So they want to keep luring people into this opposite side to sell. And it makes sense, right? Because it's getting close to the all-time high right here. This is the all-time high. It's getting close to the all-time high. So what do people think is going to happen? They think it's going to come all the way back down from here, right? They think it's just going to keep coming down. But from my perspective and from my experience, this is just a trap. It's just a trap to stack some more sellers in here. And then when you least expect it, it's just going to skyrocket up and stop all those people out. And that's how the market makers and institutions make money, because they trade opposite of all the retail traders. So I'm not really going to fall for this trap, but I'm going to wait for a possible entry. So you can see this huge spike right here. So if you guys remember from the my analysis a few minutes ago on the 10-minute, I mentioned once this candle right here closes, one of two things will happen. Price will either continue up further, or it's going to go right back to where it originally was. And this is where price originally was, right over here, because this is where market open, right? This always happens. So if you guys follow the US 30, this is generally what happens. Price will, after the first 10-minute candle, it'll either continue pushing up or it'll come back to where it originally was. And then from here, it'll do one of two things. It either closes below it and continues to drop, or bounces up and just recovers from there. So we'll see what happens from here. But yeah, obviously you guys can see here that the market is very, very volatile, very unpredictable. Let's see Boeing. Boeing's trying to loosen up a little bit. It's now at 7 points. It was down -8. Now it's -7. So we'll see if this starts to swing back to normal numbers, like to like -1, -2, then we could probably see it start to turn to the upside. But right now, Boeing's still pretty low. And it looks like right here that the stock market is pretty much flat. Stock markets are flat in your records as investors weigh hot inflation report and strong earnings. So, all right, we'll see what happens from here. But definitely right here, I think, from my perspective, I still see it as a trap. So we'll see what goes from here. I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these markups right here. I'll leave it up for right now. I'll delete this right now. And I'm just going to mark up other areas of liquidity, like new areas of liquidity, because these areas have already been used. So whoever was, following these areas right here, they're even stopped out. Wait. It's not letting me delete the rectangles. Refresh this. Weird. Yeah, it's not letting me delete the rectangles. Let me there we go. All right. So the next area of liquidity I see is going to be right here. So if price reaches this point right here, you're probably going to see it spike up a little higher. And then again, right here, obviously. So if price reaches this point right here, I'll see a little bit of volatility spike up to the upside, because this is where their stop losses are placed. And the reason why I know this is because all retail traders trade the same, right? If you take any course or if you learn from anybody, they always tell you to place your stop loss at the previous swing. There's a previous swing right here. So this is where everyone who's selling, this is where their stop loss is placed. When price reaches this area, their stop losses are going to get triggered. And when they get triggered, then you're going to see some volatility because there's liquidity right there, right? Orders get sent in because they get stopped out, and then it pushes price slightly up. So this is pretty much, this is the market we're messing with today. It's a pretty trash market, to be honest. It's not really moving very much. All right, so after those volatility moves, now it's kind of just sliding. So we're down -18 points for the Dow. You can see right here, Boeing is starting to loosen up, right? Like I mentioned earlier, it was like -9, went to -8, -7, now -6. So as soon as Boeing starts to loosen up a little bit, and it's it's not in the high negatives, then we can start to see the Dow move slightly to the other side. Let's see this over here. These aren't moving averages, David. These are K2 pivots. This is one of the K2 indicators right here, the K2 pivots. This is actually 4 indicators, but it's 4 lines, but we turn off the other 2. So there's normally, that's the wrong one, sorry. This one right here. There's normally 4 right there, but we took them off. There's 2 right there. All right, so looking at this over here as we continue, we're just waiting for this to give us some sort of entry here. There's no entry on the 1 minute. There's no entry on the 3 minute. So yeah, same here on the 3 minute. We're looking for a retracement here. We need that retracement before we can take the entry to the upside, but there's no retracement yet. Same with the 1 minute. We're looking for a possible retracement here, but there's also no retracement, but it's building up. You can see right here, it's starting to build up. Once we get that retracement, we can take it for a buy from there. See if anyone else took the, yeah. So a couple of you guys did take that buy from earlier. So you guys did pretty solid. Looking over here, let's see, Fatima was up about 2,000 this morning. Nice work, Fatima. So yeah, Fatima was up trading US 30. Congrats to you during London. Cheryl over here was up 1,265. So some of you guys did take some trades during London and did take that buy earlier that I marked up. Rick over here, Rick took some risky trades. He's up 406 for the day. Nice work, Rick. Dre over here as well. Dre was up 133. So some of you guys did take these risky trades, but you guys did lock in some solid profits overall this morning. EW here as well. EW is up 2,450 this morning. So EW took trades in both directions, buys and sells. So definitely great work amongst everyone here who's doing pretty solid for the most part. This is from the daily. I'll answer your question later, Dimitri. All right, I think you're in here right now, Dimitri. So just set it to the time frame of the actual time frame that you're trading on. So if you're trading on the 10-minute, set it all to 10-minute. Patricia over here as well. Patricia's up 2,255. Nice work, Patricia. So yeah, Patricia said tough trading day today. Yeah, tell me about it, Patricia. I mean, we're all kind of just, well, I'm not taking the risk, but all of us right here are pretty much just chilling for the most part. We're waiting for an actual entry to provide itself. So some of you guys here are locking in some profits. John as well. So John sent me his profits for this morning. He took the buy that I mentioned earlier. He locked in 5,765. Nice work, John. So some of you guys are taking the risky trades. And you know, for you guys here that know the strategy, you guys can pretty much just take this on your own. So Larkin over here, Larkin locked in 1,418. You guys can see I didn't call any trades this morning, but a lot of people here did take their own trades. Like Patricia, she took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 trades, and she made 2,255. MA over here as well. MA locked in a total of 3,458. Looks like he took some NASDAQ trades, US 30 trades, gold trades, UCAD, and Euro CHF. So if you guys want to learn these strategies here to trade on your own, like everyone else is doing, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here. And that's how you'll get access to these indicators so that you guys can take these trades here, even though I'm not calling anything. You know, most of you guys here know that I trade very conservatively. I don't take any trades that I'm not 100% sure are going to win. So that's why I haven't taken any trades myself. You can see here, other people took trades. They took some risky trades and they locked in some. They had some small losses here, but you know, overall they still took wins because they're taking risky trades here. There's a bunch of different entries you could have taken here, but obviously, you know, I didn't take any of them because they just don't fit my criteria for a guaranteed win. That's why we have such a high win rate here because, you know, I only call trades that I know are for sure going to hit. So here's Deswell. Deswell locked in 10,000 for the day. So a lot of you guys here are still taking these trades that I'm marking up, like the buy that I marked up earlier. You guys are taking all of this information I'm giving you into consideration. So like how you guys are identifying where the liquidity is sitting. Sometimes you wait for price to reach areas like this right here. And then when price reaches that liquidity area, you just enter it for a small scalp, right? You enter it for a few pips here and there, and then you lock in profits there. So nice work, Deswell, off that. Abraham over here as well. Abraham's up 596, about 600 for the day. Nice work, Abraham. And Kip as well. Kip's up 10,000 for the day. So he traded both the Dow Jones for buys and sells. Looks he had a majority wins here. Some pretty nice wins overall. So definitely great work, Kip. Yeah, you guys are killing it. I mean, everyone here is doing pretty well. I don't see anyone here doing any like bad at all. I don't see any big losses. Everyone's net positive for the trading day. But myself, I haven't taken any trades, so I haven't had any profits for the day yet. I'm just waiting for this. You know, it's all about being patient, guys. I mean, if you guys are impatient, you guys can still make profit like everyone else here, like Kip, right? Kip made all his profit right here. You can still make profit. It's just you have to understand the risk. You know, there's odds. The odds of you losing are going to be high, but the odds of you winning are also going to be high. So you have a high win, high loss risk with any of these trades today because you know, direction hasn't been set. Okay, this is perfect. This is exactly what we were waiting for. We have this retracement here. Now I'm just looking for a buy signal to shoot upwards. If I get that buy signal, I can take it for a buy and then I can ride it towards the upside. All right, man, now we're talking. So we got this coming right here. Same with the 3-minute over here. I'm looking for another retracement here as well. And then here on the 1-minute, let me see how far did this drop. All right, so if you guys are looking right here, you guys can see that this candle right here never came down and closed below here, right? I mentioned that price will either go up or it'll go below. Right here, it hasn't closed below this area, so we can still recover from this point. But I mean, we'll see what happens from here. So looking over here on the 1-minute, If we get an entry here, I'll probably take it with you guys. It's probably going to be a small entry, like a quick one. It's not going to be very, very long. Looking over here at the fundamentals, it's still negative 30 points, but it's not very low. All right, so we got a sell signal here on the 3-minute as well. This is perfectly fine. This is what I was looking for anyways. I want a sell signal there so that we can start looking for any possible scalps to the upside. All right, so we got 2 minutes here. I want this to close here. Actually, this would be more. I'd be more inclined to take a 3-minute than a 1-minute, because this is oh, there it goes. Because the 3-minute is more stable than the 1-minute. So just keep that in mind. So if you guys are trading today, I recommend using lower risk. I mean, you guys can use full lot size if you want, but obviously you can see from today's analysis, the market is it's very erratic. It's not very predictable as it normally is. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth. But looking here on the 1-minute, no entry there. I'm gonna have my MC4 ready here just in case. All right. So yeah, pretty much just waiting right here, guys. Waiting for this to shoot up. Or waiting for this 3-minute to give a sell. I prefer us. There you go, perfect. So see this big spike down here? I'm looking for a retracement here off the 3-minute because I want to catch this as it swings all the way back up. So this is perfectly fine. I want this to close like this with this red signal right here, because then we're going to have a retracement signal and then we can catch it as it swings back up for a buy signal. All right, so we're not going to be looking at the 1-minute right now. It's too far below. This is perfectly fine. It's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, we got bond news coming up in about a couple hours, I think. Let me check real quick. Yeah, the 30-year bond auction is going to come up at 10, and then Fed member Bostic is going to be speaking at 9. So I'll probably be on for like another hour. I'm going to see if we can find some entries from now until then. But once the Fed member Bostic starts speaking, we're probably going to just call it a day, because there's just too much news this morning. There was a lot of news earlier, the CPI news, inflation news, and then Fed members are speaking today as well. And then we also have a 10-year bond auction coming up at 11 in a couple hours. So we'll see what goes on from here. All right, this is fine. It's perfectly fine right here. Looks like this is going to close with the opposite, which is exactly what we wanted. All right, we got 20 seconds left here. I want this to close with the sell. It needs to close with the sell signal. If it doesn't, then we're just back at waiting for that retracement, because we need that retracement confirmation. That's the main thing that we're looking for here. I need this to close with the sell. All right, perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for now. So now I'm looking for a buy. I need a buy to come up. Once we get a buy signal here, then we can take it for a buy, but we need it to close above here. Price needs to close above the pivots. If it doesn't close above the pivots, then there's no entry. And I'll put the requirements here for the strategy as well. For you guys who are new here, this is the K2 US 33-minute pivot strategy or scalp strategy. So you first want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. 2A, want to confirm price is breaking and closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4. Or if that's not there, 2B, confirm price. Man, people keep joining the room. All right, confirm price is above or above pivots for a buy, or below for a sell. So this is the strategy right here on the 3-minute. It's the same strategy on the 1-minute over here. It's just a different time frame. So parameters are different. So yeah, looking at this right here, we're just looking for it to swing back up. We need it to swing back up, and then we need a buy signal that closes above these pivots right here in order for us to get an entry. So that's pretty much what we're waiting for at this point, guys. Now it's just a waiting game, waiting for that entry to come up, and then for us to pounce on that entry once it actually avails itself. So like, check this out. Looking at the 10-minute right here, you can see that it finally came below, right? So I mentioned over here that after this opening candle, price is either going to continue up or it's going to drop from this point and close below here. Price is dropping pretty heavy. This is completely fine. If this happens where it continues to drop even further, then our bias will just change. Our bias will change from a buy to a sell. But the risky part about that is that these market sentiment is heavily on the sell side, right? It's still heavily on the sell side. So I prefer not to take sells, but I mean, if that's what we're going to get, then, that's what we're going to get. So we might have to shift our bias from a buy to a sell. But I mean, that happens, right? It's never always going to be a buy. It's never always going to be a sell. Your bias will always change depending on what the market gives you. So we'll see what happens from here. See if there's any other news this morning. Yeah, the inflation news was over here at 5:30. It was actually positive. It was positive news, but well, actually, yeah, it was positive, but then the stock market went opposite. I'm not sure how they correlate. I'm not sure if they're correlating how they're supposed to, because if inflation goes up, stock market, I don't know, whatever. It's just too much for us to look into right now. Anyways, the next news is coming up at 9. So in about 2 hours, we have Fed member Bostic speaking at 9. And then at 10, we have the 10-year bond action. So by 8, I'm probably going to be done trading anyways. If I don't see anything by 8, I'm probably going to take it easy and not trade today. But we're definitely going to be looking for some possible entries here if we have anything from now until 8. But yeah, no, definitely great profit amongst everyone over here. You guys did pretty solid so far overall. Just looking at everyone's profit so far this morning who took risky trades. Looks like it played out pretty nicely. All right. Yeah, Joshua said might have a buy signal in a few seconds on US 30. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting for right here. So you can see right here, it's starting to shift back to the upside. Let me go ahead and mark this stuff up right here. So looking at this right here, I'm looking for where the areas of liquidity are again. So we got an area of liquidity above here. I'll put that like right there. We also got another area of liquidity down here. So what I mean by areas of liquidity is this is where people are placing their stop losses. Let me see if they're, I mean, in my perspective, they're still stacking up sells right here. That's what I'm seeing in my perspective. I don't think it's going to come down that far. I think it's going to keep coming down slowly until they have enough sellers. And then once they have enough sellers pretty much locked in here, they're going to trap them. And then they're just going to spike price all the way back up. That's how the market makers and institutions make money. This is why a majority of people don't do well at trading long term, because they get caught in these traps. Hey, what's up, Jose? How's it going, bro? Let's see this over here. And market volatility died down a lot. So we got these areas of liquidity here. We got another one right here, but I'm not really gonna mark it up. It's kind of pointless because it's so close to this one. Well, let's mark it up anyways, just to have a understanding. All right, let's see what happens here. We have a buy signal right here, but this doesn't fit the requirements. So even if we do get this buy signal, I'm not going to take it. Right here, requirement number 1, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. If this closes with a green candle within the green buy signal, this would be a valid signal. However, we would need price to break and close past pivots 3 and 4. So this candle right here would need to break and close these K2 pivots above here, which I don't think is going to happen within the next 30 seconds, unless it has a huge push of volatility, then it might. But odds are it's probably not going to happen. Let me check the 3-minute over here. 3 minutes starting to push up right there. It's doing exactly what we mentioned earlier, right? I mentioned that they're trapping sellers right here. Whoever hopped in at the sell right here just got trapped. Now they're getting stopped out because price is getting pushed up all the way up here. And their stop loss is probably right here. Right? This is probably where they place their stop loss. So whoever entered the sell right here at this low, they're getting screwed because they're getting stopped out right now. Because they place their stop loss at the previous swing, which could be up here, or if they want a tighter one, they place it right here. So this would be another area of liquidity. So you can see price is reaching that point right there. If price ends up closing around this area or closing above it, or even crossing above it, their stop losses are going to get triggered and you're going to see some liquidity push towards the upside right here. So yeah, I mean, you guys can use this information to your advantage if you guys are trying to trade right now. But for myself, I don't like taking risky trades like this. I don't like to lose trades. That's why we have such a high win rate here. See that? Check it out. See that big move right there? Their stop losses are getting triggered. So this big spike right here is because whoever entered the sell from this point, they just got stopped out. And see how this liquidity is pushing upwards? It's a game, guys. It's literally a game. Like you guys have to, it's like playing chess. You have to think where the retail traders are trading, where their stop loss is placed, because that's where liquidity is sitting. So right here, I could have entered this and I could have locked in, 10 pips or something, but I didn't because, I'm very, if you guys are not 10 pips, 100 pips, if you guys know how I trade, I'm very conservative. I don't like taking trades that are too risky. I like to wait for those guaranteed wins. So it played out exactly how I just mentioned. People are getting stopped out. See that? See how it's 70%, now it's 68%? Because guess what happened? All these short sellers right here got stopped out. 2% of them got stopped out because their stop losses were right there. And they're just getting stopped out as we speak. So this right here, I mean, this is pretty much playing out exactly how I just mentioned. It's doing exactly what I thought. And this is completely fine. Once we get a buy signal above here, then I'll take it. But right now, it's just not, I'm not ready to take this buy just yet. All right, so here on the 1 minute, doesn't look like there's going to be an entry anytime soon, which is completely fine. But yeah, they're getting stopped out over here, all these retail traders. You can see the numbers right here starting to dwindle. When this number starts to decrease, they're just getting stopped out, right? They're either getting stopped out or they're jumping ship. They're pulling out of the trade because they think it's going to swing back up. And then as it increases, this shows that retail traders are hopping back into that sell. That's basically what they're doing right now. They're trying to trap more sellers in so that they can make more money, right? If you were a market maker, what would you do? Of course, you'd push price down slightly just to give them some hope that price is going to keep dropping. And then when you least expect it, you're just going to pull your position and reverse it to the upside. And then liquidity is going to push to the upside and it's going to stop everyone out. So yeah, if you guys saw right there, it did exactly what I just mentioned. They're getting stopped out as we speak. And I'm going to wait for that confirmation before I hop into the buy. Man, this is such a boring trading game. I was hoping to get at least a breakout today or maybe one scalp before like 7. But now the market just kind of died down. So as you can see right here, it's starting to push up slightly. This is completely fine. The reason why I'm looking to enter above here is because check this out. If I enter for a buy right here, like say price closes above here, right, with that buy signal, look where the area of liquidity is right here. So if I enter this trade and then it hits liquidity right here, it's going to push up to here, break right through my TP and continue pushing up higher and higher, right? For pretty much a jackpot for us right there. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm waiting for that confirmation before we enter this trade because I don't want to get caught in any drawdown. So I'm pretty much just being patient and just waiting for that perfect entry because we don't have that perfect entry yet. Obviously, you could have locked in some profit right here, but I'm not looking to make any of this stuff over here. So let's see. Nice. Jerry took it the opposite way. So a couple of you guys here did take the trades here. So Sisu, he took it for a buy and a sell. He caught the retracement back down. He locked in 1,740. Nice work, Sisu. So a lot of you guys are using this information to your advantage, right? I'm giving you guys this analysis because I'm analyzing it and I'm telling you guys what I see on the chart. Some of you guys are taking it. And Jerry over here as well, he took that retracement back down, locked in 1,680. Nice work, Jerry. Yeah, guys, you guys are killing it. Great work. So right here, we have a pending buy signal. Like I mentioned, I need it to close above here. If it closes above here, I'll take it. If it doesn't close above there, I'm not going to take it. No matter how good it looks, I'm not going to take it because it doesn't fit my requirements. This is the discipline that you guys need to be successful traders long term. Even if you see something that looks really good, sometimes you just have to wait for that full confirmation before you take it to prevent getting caught in any fake outs or getting into entries a little too early. So you can see right there, it came up, touched it, and it came back down. We need that confirmation above it. So I'm hoping that there we go. So if this closes above there, that's going to be the entry I'm looking for. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Let me get my MC4 ready. All right, we got 40 seconds left. Let's see what's going on over here. CT said futures are getting heavy. Nice, okay. All right, man. We need this confirmation right here to take this trade. We got about 28 seconds left here. Let's see what's going to go on over here. We got about 20 seconds to need that confirmation once I get it. We're good. Seven seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, fucking MT4. All right, so I'm in the trade. I entered right here. Actually, I got a little discount. So I'm just going to set this up over here. All right. All right, so our stop loss is pretty far down here. Obviously, we'll watch it and catch it as it continues on. So I'm in profit right now. I got in at a discount, a little less than where price currently is, but it's all good. So we'll see where it goes from here. And this is cool because if price ends up going above here, I might not even close out at that area. I might just, or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens when price gets around this area over here. But once price gets to that point, it's going to reach an area of liquidity because this is where like a lot of stop losses are placed. So I might just move my stop loss in profit and then write it above even higher. But we'll, we'll see where it goes from here. Actually, I might just do that. Instead of exiting with profit, I'm probably just going to move my stop loss in profit. So I'm in profit about 500 right now. It's looking pretty nice so far. All right. Actually, I'm not going to get greedy. This market's it's kind of risky today. So if it reaches TP, I'll probably just close it out. Or if I do close it out early, I'll let you guys know. But we're just following this right here as it goes up. All right, 1 minute is pushing up as well. There we go. I'm in profit about 1,000 right now. It's looking solid. I'm profit about a little over 1,000. Man, this market kind of sucks. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth. It's not really moving as linear as we would have wanted. I don't really like market conditions like this. I like getting in and out of trades within a few seconds, few minutes. But this one looks like it's going to lag a little bit. So we'll see what happens from here. But yeah, just remember to use proper risk, guys. As long as you guys are using proper risk, you guys should be completely fine. It's even trading during risky times like this. So let's see, going over here to the chat, Jalon locked in a total of 1,430. Nice work, Jalon. EW over here as well. EW locked in 3,457. Nice work, EW. Patricia over here as well. Patricia locked in a total of 3,080. Nice work, Patricia. Yeah, Patricia said, done for the day. Market is screwed up. Yeah, no, I agree. It is pretty screwed up right now, Patricia. Everybody, the market is kind of choppy. It's just a risky time to be trading, but it's all good. So I'm holding this right here. I should just close out when I was in profit like 1,000 something, but it's all good. I'm going to hold on to it. And then we'll see what happens from here. Abraham as well. Abraham is up 751 for the day. Nice work, Abraham. Yeah, market is like, it's super messy right now. Yeah, and also Abraham said, yeah, volatility is dead, too scary. I got out. Yeah, so Abraham already pulled out. If you guys don't feel comfortable holding this position as it swings back in profit, feel free to pull out, guys. You guys shouldn't be nervous about a trade. If you're nervous about a trade, just pull out. Because, today's not exactly the best market to be trading in anyways. But if you guys want to take the risk, or you guys use proper risk management, you're okay with eating any risk that comes your way, then you can hold on to it. But if you guys don't feel comfortable, just pull out and profit. A lot of people here pulled out and profit. There's nothing wrong with taking profit, right? A good amount of you guys here did take profit already when it pushed up right there. So, obviously Cheryl's up 7,000 for the day. Nice work, Cheryl. Yeah, you guys are killing it. Everyone here is doing extremely well. Cheryl did really well. Patricia's doing pretty well. So it looks like some of you guys did pull out already. Patricia made some smaller profits down here. So yeah, like I mentioned, if you guys don't feel comfortable with this position, just pull out and profit. There's nothing wrong with taking profit. The last thing you want is to be stressed out holding on a trade that you don't want to hold on to, right? Just because I'm holding on to it doesn't mean that you should hold on to it as well. I understand the risk. So if if things don't go my way, it's fine because I'm already, I've understood the risk and I'm able to handle this because I made enough profit for this week, this year, this month. I mean, I have enough profit right here to take this risk. But if I do decide to pull out, I'll let you guys know. I'm still holding on to it though. So just keep that in mind if you guys are wondering. Yeah, no, definitely. Abraham said, yeah, Shawn, blues are better than reds. Exactly right. So let's see what happens from here. The market is so slow right now. Volatility kind of died down. One thing that I don't like about market when it dies down like this is that it's like basically charging up for a breakout. Usually when it's flat like that, it starts to charge up for a breakout, and that's something that I really don't like to mess around with. Yeah, CT just mentioned price action scalping. Oh, it should pop up soon. It's coiling. Yeah, I could see that too. But yeah, guys, just understand your risk, right? Don't over leverage, don't over trade. If you guys understand your risk, you should be fine. You shouldn't be worried at all, because even if it does hit your stop loss, you've only risked at least like 2% or less of your account, which shouldn't really freak you out all that much. All right, here we go. As it swings back up. This is the way the market's moving. So just a reminder, guys, if you guys don't feel comfortable, just exit and profit when it comes back up. All right, let me check the chat real quick, see what's going on over here. Nice. CT locked in some nice profit right here as well. So let's see. CT locked in a total of 2,142. Looks like he pulled out already too. So he pulled out right there. You can see because the profits are different. If you guys see here, everyone's profits for the day, they, you see he's making like 900 to 300 to 200, and then it goes down to like 90, 80. Like some people are here. If you see their profits here as well, Isaac's pretty consistent with his. Looking at Cheryl's over here, she's making like in the hundreds and then down to like 200 down here. Same with like Abraham as well, right? Abraham's making like on the higher side, like 300, and then it goes down to like 35, 85 right here. So let's see. Nice. Yeah, Vance, so you're still in this with me too. I'm still in it. The thing is, I like with my risk, I can even hold it past this area right here. Because the thing is, I think it's going to swing up eventually. Like it's going to swing up. It's just a matter of time. So even if it crosses below, I could probably just hold on to it even longer past that area. But yeah, I mean, just the way that the market's moving, I just don't like how it's moving right now, specifically. Nice rookie W, 3,457 right here. Yeah, Joshua, if you're not doing so well today, just call it a day, because today the market is definitely moving. It's moving very irregular. It's not really moving directional. Usually it'll be moving one way or the other, right? So it'll either be going straight towards your profit or against it. Right now it's kind of just going sideways. Yeah, Hassan too. Hassan said he's looking to close, not liking it. So I'll probably close with you guys, but I'll let you guys know if I do. Haven't decided yet, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. Man, this market sucks. So slow today. All right, let's see where it goes from here. Let's see. Trevor said, hey, Shawn, I'm planning on starting the MFF challenge next month. I only subscribed for the premium signals. Do you think I'll be able to pass the challenge just by following your trade signals? I mean, you can, Trevor, but I mean, obviously, your opportunity is a lot higher if you learn the strategies and understand what we're doing. So like you could understand what I'm doing here, but just one thing that might come into an issue would be like if you're trading the 1 minute, right? Because if you're trading the 1 minute and it moves too fast and you don't know what to look out for, you might miss the move. Because sometimes like if you're just copying the signals, by the time we enter the trade, it's already like at TP, right? So for a lot of people, they prefer to, well, what I also recommend is that you actually understand what we're doing. You guys have the indicators on your chart so that you can follow it. Like you can see here that I'm following it as I'm speaking to you guys. So if you guys can follow it, you guys can already anticipate that move. So like for me, I'm waiting for that candle to close. As soon as it closes, I hit buy and I take the trade, right? For you, if you don't have the indicators and you don't know the strategy, you can't just be waiting to enter that buy right away. You can still pass. There's no problem. You can still pass. There's a lot of people here who aren't even in the premium who just come on these YouTube live streams and they pass their FTMO, their funding talent, whatever funding company they use. they pass easily, right? What I'm just trying to say is that like your opportunity is gonna be a lot better if you actually understand what we're doing, because you're already like you're a step up because you're on the Zoom, so you have the live session. It's just that, you know, just thinking about other people here, right? If you could pass it's just going to take a lot of time. It's going to take maybe your whole 30 days, because I only take like 1 or 3 trades a day. If you look at everyone else here, so let me just show you, for example, like if you're looking at like Abraham here, he's taken like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 trades here, right? He made 751, depending on like what your count size is for MFF. I think one person who did MFF was Cheryl. So looking at Cheryl's profits over here, see, she makes like 7,000 in a day on like one account. So she could literally pass this in a day. She actually went from MFF to funding talent because they don't have a minimum trading day. So she went to funding talent and she actually passed her funding talent within like 3 days with us here. But she has an indicator. She actually trades on her own. So let me just show you real quick. Or Cheryl that. Okay, here we go. So Cheryl over here, she sent me. So she got funding. She got funded in like 3 days with us trading last week. So she has a 300K now, funded account now with funding talent, because she knows the strategy and she does it on her own. So, you know, there's pros and cons to you having the indicators and not having it, or having strategies and not, because obviously, you know, you have more profit potential, but you'll be able to pass. Like you should have no problem passing. It's just a matter of time. It's probably going to take you longer, and you got to make sure that you pay attention to all the live sessions to make sure not to miss any trades. So either or, you should be able to pass, no problem. It's just going to take more time if you are just copying my trades, especially like today. Like today, I probably wouldn't even taken a trade today, but if I didn't take this one right here, you'd have like 1 day with no trades. And that just, you know, it just adds on to your countdown. But as long as you use proper risk, you should be fine. Let's see. Try four thighs said, I think market moves slow due to high CPI numbers and investors waiting for the Fed to speak. We might see volatility in the afternoon after the speech. I can see that too. Chat 4. That's exactly what CNBC said too. They said that the market's flat right now because of where's it at? Yeah, they said that the market was flat because of the inflation numbers, and that's exactly what I'm anticipating too. I'm anticipating the Fed member to speak at 9, a Fed member Bostic, and then from there we'll see some volatility. But at that point, I'm probably going to get out the market because we also have the 10-year bond information or 30-year bond information coming out at 10 right after. So I think after this, I'm probably going to call it a day. If it shoots back in a profit, I'm probably going to, I'll see what happens from here. I'll see how I feel in the next couple seconds when it starts to shoot back up. And then if I decide to pull out, I'll let you guys know. If not, I'll just, I'll hang on with you guys. So let's see. I know it's trying to push up like pretty heavily right here. And there you go. It's coming back down. This market is just, it's not really moving at all today. It's just going sideways. I was hoping it was going to push up enough so I could just pull out, because I don't like holding trades during market conditions like this. All right, I just gotta wait. Enzo said, hey, Shawn, does the premium signals channel give signals other than the ones given out here in Zoom? Yeah, so I do give out intraday signals when they're available, but there hasn't been intraday signals available lately. We're in a scalping market. The market conditions right now provide for scalp moves, not really intraday moves. But if I do see intraday moves, I do share them with you guys. It's just we haven't had any lately. So just just keep that in mind. And there's been a lot of news this week too. So like this week, there was, looking at the news over here, there was news this morning, CPI news, and then yesterday we had a 10-year bond auction as well. So yesterday there wasn't any trades. Sunday market was too slow, so there's no entries. So like this whole week, it's just been kind of slow. Yesterday there was news, so we didn't take any trades during that time. Again, at Asia session, it was too slow. And then again, this morning we had news at 5:30, so we couldn't call any trades at 6. And we probably won't be able to call a trade at 10 because we have another news event right here. So generally there are other signals that are being sent, but right now we just don't have any trades available at the moment. And I'm like tempted to just take this loss if it does come down over here, because it's just, I don't like to hold on to, no, I'll hold on to it actually. It's going to come up. Even if it passes this area, guys, if you guys want to close out, if it reaches a stop loss right here, if you guys use prop risk, then you guys could probably have some cushion to hold on to it. But if you guys want to close out, feel free to close out. market just kind of sucks right now. Looking over here at the sentiment is at 68% short, but the market is just, I mean, it's just super flat right now. I kind of regret not pulling out earlier when I was in profit, a couple thousand. I mean, price is still coming back down right. I think it's going to come back up eventually. It's just, this is what we were all kind of worried about. We're worried about it consolidating to the side and then it coming down right here. But if you guys use proper risk, I mean, you guys should be fine, because I'm only risking like under 2%. So, you know, whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to go ahead and eat that if that happens. But, and we've had all wins this week anyway, so I think we should be fine with the wins from yesterday, the wins from last week, the wins from, I mean, this entire month so far has been pretty solid. So let's see. Yeah, it's waiting for this to swing back up. All right. Man, this market sucks. It's so slow. It's waiting for it to swing. Yeah, if it comes down to this point, guys, I'm just probably going to cut my losses. I'm not really trying to play around this market because of just how it's moving. And it's all right, because this is only like, it's like one loss for like the entire month. And then I'm just going to bounce back tomorrow. I'm still in it though. So guys, just keep in mind, I'm still in the trade. I'm not pulled out yet. So, you know, I use proper risk so I can eat this if it does come down. But if you guys want to pull out, you know, feel free to pull out. But I'm still holding on to it. I'm going to hold it to stop loss if it does hit stop loss. So I'm just going to be waiting for this. And then if it does, it's fine. It's whatever. It's one loss, 2%. And we'll be back for it again when the market's actually moving smoothly. All right, here we go. Hoping it comes back up. Looks like it's coming back up on this side. So I'm looking at it on the 1 minute actually. So I'm looking at it on the 1 minute chart over here. Let me see where this entry point is. Because you could see more happening here on the 1 minute. So let me see. We entered this at 7:12. So we entered it right exactly right here. Okay. So we enter this right here. 25.50. So this is where I'm looking at it from. I'm looking at it from the 1 minute because I have my MT4 on 1 minute. It's still pushing up. So I'm still in the position right now. I'm hoping it just swings up to break entry so I can just pull out. But I'm still in the position right now. I haven't pulled out yet. I hate this market, dude. I hate when the market moves like this. It's just way too slow right now. Oh, damn. Okay. So, oh boy just mentioned JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs came out with earnings and they're tanking. So that's what caused it to spike down like that. They're in the Dow 30. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense now. Oh boy. Okay, cool. Yeah, he said the financial sector is on a drag, S&P as well. So it looks like everything else kind of just dumped because there was low earnings for JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. Looking over here at the stock index or the Dow 30 index. Oh yeah, hell no, it came out super heavy. Look at that. So Goldman Sachs was in the positive earlier. When they released their earnings, it went down by 7.8 points. So that's the reason why it spiked down like that. JP Morgan as well. These are both in the positive. Now they're -3, -7. So they're pretty much just weighing down the US 30 index. But you can see right here, it's starting to shift back up, right? So I'm just gonna wait for it. If it shifts back up into profit, I'm just gonna pull out. So let me thinking about possibly setting a TP here just to pull out when it shoots up. So my entry point was 349. Trying to think where I should get out at. All right, so I set a TP like slightly above. I set a TP at 34,950. So 34,950. That's where I set my TP. I'm not really going to play around with this market, guys. I'm still in it. I just want to pull out with some slight profit or even at break even if that becomes the case. But there we go. It's shooting up as we speak. It's doing, what we thought was going to happen earlier. And I'm just holding on to it. So we'll see what happens right here. But yeah, I'm pretty much just waiting for it to push up. But yeah, thanks for letting us know, oh boy, because I didn't realize that they released earnings right now. So what happened with that drop over here earlier a few minutes ago? So these drops right here happened because bad earnings came out for Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs was in the positive, so it shifted from the green to the red. It's now -7 points, so that's why I kind of weighed it down a bit. Same with JP Morgan. This was in the positive, and then it shifted down to -3. Lastly, Boeing's been red all day. They've been having issues with their planes, I believe. I think Jeff mentioned it earlier, and that kind of screwed it up. So these three stocks right here are basically weighing down the Dow 30. Everything else is green. You can see everything else is up. Like Microsoft is up 4 points. Visa's up 2 points. Apple's up 2 points. These are the only ones that are really holding it down. Unfortunately, that's what caused that spike down right there. But that's just the market, right? You can't predict what's going to happen with earnings. I'm sure a lot of people thought the earnings were going to be good for Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, but they weren't. So we'll see what happens from there. But now it looks like price is starting to recover. So after that drop right there, it looks like people try to buy the dip. And that's perfectly awesome because it actually pushed our price up right here. Now I just need this to push up a little further so I can get out at break even or a little bit in profit. And this is why we have a wide stop loss, right? We have a wide stop loss because we understand the volatility that comes with US 30. A lot of people don't understand that. It's not like Forex where market moves super slow. For US 30, it moves very, very volatile. So you need a wide stop loss to have a safety net to basically prevent yourself from getting kicked out of these trades. But anyways, looking over here, I think we have, I'm not going to risk it. We do have an area of liquidity right here, but I'm not going to risk it because, I'm not really concerned with making a lot of profit today. I'm concerned with just getting out at break even or like at some profit at least, because I just don't like the way the market's currently moving today. But yeah, we're just going to wait for that. Let me see where the retail traders are right here. And that's like the plus about being in this group, guys. We have a lot of traders here who specialize in different things. Like, oh boy, over here is usually up to date and knows a lot about, the fundamentals over here, especially with these specific stocks. That's something that I'm not really good with. I'm getting better at, but it definitely brings a big plus here because a lot of other people here bring different things to the table where it helps us with our analysis. But anyways, I'm trying to pull out of this trade. Okay, there we go. It's pushing up in profits, almost back to break even. I'm trying to just get out of this thing. All right, let's push it up a little further. Let's see, Carrie Scott's asking, need a little more information on funding talent. If you pass your funding talent in a couple of days, do you still have to wait months before getting a real account? So I think your confusion there is for the type of account you're doing, Carrie. So if you're doing the Flex account or one of the other ones, then yeah, you have, I'm not sure. I've never done those, but from what I heard, you have to wait. They make it impossible for you to get funded. But if you do the challenge, then you don't have to wait that time period. So depending on which account you're doing, that would vary, how long you have to wait. For us, we do the challenge account. We don't do the Flex account. Like the Flex account where they pay like 20%. That's just, there's no point. You might as well just do the challenge and get the full amount right away. So I'm doing the challenge. I'm doing the challenge, same as Cheryl over here. And Cheryl, she, that's how she locked in her account within a few days because they don't have a minimum trading day for theirs. So for funding talent, depends on which account. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Back into profit. All right. Yeah, man, come on, let's push it a little further. I got my TP set like slightly above here because I want to cover the spread. So I got my TP set like right here because I'm trying to cover the spread and I'm also trying to cover fees and whatnot. Yeah, Van said this push up, I knew it had to happen sooner than later. Yeah, exactly. And I thought it was going to happen too. That's why I was just waiting, and that's why I was telling you guys that even if it reached stop loss, I was just going to hold on to it a little longer because it was bound to shift up. So I'm just letting it push up a little further. I got my TP already set right there. So when it reaches that point, it's going to pull me out. I'm not really looking to make a lot of profit today. I'm looking to just get on profit, close the day negative. I mean, close the day in positive net profit for the day. So yeah, Goldman Sachs. I mean, Goldman Sachs is the only thing that's really carrying it down right now because this was positive. That's what caused a spike down earlier. Earnings announcement before opening. Gotcha. All right. Check this out right here. Fuck me, dude. All right, now it's still like pushing around. I should have just closed at a break even, but whatever. I'm gonna hold on to it a little longer. Oh, nice. Jose entered at the very bottom. So nice work, Jose. Nice work on waiting on that. Oh, I also mentioned ES new all-time high. Fuck me, dude. This thing came right back down. This is why I'm like trying to get out like right away because just the way that the market's moving. Goldman Sachs is starting to drop even further. I don't know if there's a change in news for Goldman Sachs, but they're starting to drop a little further. Check this real quick. I'm hoping it just swings back up. Like now I'm like in too deep. I kind of want to just pull out, but I'm gonna wait. Let me see if there's any news on Goldman Sachs. CGS. Yeah, they were like at 6 points. Now they're at 8. So they're kind of just bouncing around. Let's see. Oh, it's on pro. I don't have pro right now. Deleted my pro. All right, so it's still bouncing around this point, guys. You can see the market is really, it's just fucking around right now. It's kind of just going back and forth. So looking at this information here, what did Kramer, oh, it's a video. It's all right. I'm not gonna watch these videos right now. All right, there you go. Come on, swing back up so I can just pull out of this position. I'm tired of holding on to it. So let's go. We're back in profit right now. We're slightly in profit. I got in for a discount actually. So I actually got in a little lower because I got in after the candle closed. Yeah, I'm slightly in profit right now. It's gonna let it push up a little more. I don't know if I should just move my TP in a little closer. Yeah, no problem, Carrie. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't seen US 30 like range like this, like for this long in a while. It's usually been pretty directional. I thought it'd be more directional too because of the inflation news. But let me check the calendar real quick, see if there's anything new. Nothing new. Bostic speaks in about 9. So market's probably going to slow down even more as we get closer to him speaking because people are going to be worried about the market. Then the bond information is going to come out at 10. At that point, that's it's probably slow period. All right, so looking at the 3-minute over here, same situation. You know, it didn't touch stop loss; it just pushed right back up, and then now it's kind of just bounced around the area. Jeez, this thing is bounced around too much. I'm thinking about just moving my stop loss. I mean, my TP even closer, so I can get out at break even. I don't even care about covering the fees anymore at this point. Just want to get out. Yeah, boy, I mentioned RTY getting killed, bifurcated market. Yeah, man. I mean, the market in general is kind of just, it's iffy today. It's not really moving directional at all. It's kind of just ranging. But I just needed to push up a little higher, just a little higher to pull me out. Once it pulls me out, I'm happy and I'm good. And then I could call it a day. But yeah, guys, if you guys have any other questions, you know, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I can analyze anything that you guys want. If you guys want any, if you guys need any input on like your lot sizing, FTMO, funding talent, any of that stuff, really, I can help you guys out because I'm not really looking at anything. I'm just waiting to get pulled out of this position. When I get pulled out of this position, I'm just going to call it a day because it's just, the market is just too unpredictable. I don't like trading on markets like this. It's, preferably I like to just stay out. So here we go. As it swings back up again for another go. Just gotta wait for this. All right. All right, was that a bullish candle? Hope so. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, Sam said London was also like this today. Yeah, I should have went back and checked the London session because usually if the London session is really slow and it doesn't really move, usually it does that too during US session. So yeah, going back to London session over here, Sam also mentioned that London was pretty slow as well. Oh yeah, it actually was. So just looking at it right here, Sam was just sideways the entire time, huh? Yeah, same thing. Wow. All right, what is going on in the market again? Let me check up CNBC. I'm still kind of down slightly. It's not really down that much. Looking at Goldman Sachs, still around the same area. Boeing is still low. JP Morgan is low. But as you guys can see right here, these are the only things that are really weighing it down, right? If you look at the green stocks right here, for the most part, most of these are pretty strong green and they're solidly green. Like Microsoft is up, Visa's up, Salesforce is up, Apple's up, United Health is up, McDonald's is up, Coca-Cola's up, Walmart's up. Looking at this here, the only thing that's really holding it down are these three stocks right here: JP Morgan, Boeing, and Goldman Sachs. Other than that, it it's pretty much just, I mean, it's just going sideways for the most part. Here, Josh, I'll send you the link real quick. There you go, bro. T. Mitchell said London was going down. I thought, yeah, no, I mean, it was kind of just going, well, this was like late into London session, but like for the most part, this was London open right here. So it was just going sideways for the most part until it dropped over here. This was US session. The reason why this dropped here is because of the inflation news, Mitchell. So the inflation news was released at 5:30. At that point, that's where it dropped. But other than that, it was kind of just going sideways the entire session. All right, so it's 7:44 right now, guys. I think I might be logging off soon because I'm just getting tired of looking at this bounce back and forth. I already set my TP in place, so I'm just gonna hold on to it and let it play out. If it plays out, then I'll give you guys, or whatever happens to this, I'll give you guys an update. But I think for the most part, this is kind of just draining for me to just sit on here and wait for this to do something. So I think for the most part, I'm gonna log off for now, guys. And then if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram or email me. Otherwise, I'll be back here for the next live session tomorrow. Today's session, unfortunately, was kind of slow. It was kind of whack. Wasn't really doing much, so we couldn't really take many trades. But hopefully tomorrow it should be a lot better. Looking at the news over here, we just have actually we have a lot of news tomorrow too. Yeah, we have a lot of news tomorrow. So tomorrow on Wednesday, it might be another risky day. We have core PPI coming out at 5:30. We have Canadian news, the Bank of Canada bank statement, rate statement, and monetary policies coming out at 7. Then at 8 or at 7:30, we have crude oil inventories. It's a heavy news day tomorrow, actually, like very, very heavy news day. So just keep that in mind. A lot of this stuff right here. And we have Fed Powell speaking at 9 Gs. We have a stack day tomorrow. So I don't even know if I'm going to trade tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think I'm just going to log off for now, guys, because this is just draining for me to be watching these charts bounce back and forth all day. I already have my TP stop loss set up. So if it hits stop loss, hits stop loss, hits my TP, hits my TP, we should be good. Otherwise, I'll give you guys an update. And if anything, I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. So other than that, I will catch you guys in the Telegram, or if not in the Telegram, I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys then. And then if I see anything, I'll let you guys know.